So today we are going to talk about. Let me get the Facebook group up for you. Let me get the Facebook group for you. Okay. So Gustav Bland. Gustav Bland was last seen in Tucson, Arizona. It was last seen August 13th, 2025. He's 35 years old, has blue eyes, brown hair, greying, and approximately 155 pounds. He has a right ear deformity and a tattoo that says Amanda on his left inner arm. The car he was driving was ditched off of Avra Valley Road early on the 13th of the 8th, 2025. Case numbers are on the flyer. And if you have any information regarding where he is, please call Tuscan Police Department at 520-791-4444. That's 520-791-4444. Now, today we have his wife with us. I didn't share the screen. Well, there you go. Hello, Amanda. Mandy.
Hi.
Sorry.
Hi, Frank. Thank you for having me.
No, you're welcome. So, do you just want to while we're starting off, do you just want to talk about him as a person
Yeah.
rather than,
Yeah,
because we're going to be talking about him. So,
of course. I've known Gustav since I was 11 years old. So we've cared about each other for about 25 years. He was my best friend in middle school. He's always protected me. It's something he's really great at is protecting and looking after people. Um, he and I have kept in touch here and there over the years. We recently got back in touch 4 years ago, at the end of a bad marriage of mine, and sparks flew from there. He's absolutely sweetheart. He's kind of a smooth talker when he needs to be, when he thinks he needs to be, but he's just really sweet, really kind. He has a lot of love in his heart. He's a great stepfather to my children. They absolutely adore him. The first time they met, he latched right onto him, and my youngest is asking me, "Are you gonna marry him, mommy? I like him." So
yeah.
he's just a stand-up guy. And
So,
go
um,
ahead.
did you have any hobbies that he liked to do, like golf, fishing,
He loved
football?
Yes, he actually loves golf and fishing. We would take the boys out to the lake every summer, or well, the one summer we had together, with the boys, and all summer long we were fishing, and I was having to bait the hooks for them because we were losing worms. But no, he loves golf. He loves fishing. He loves hanging out with his friend Miguel. That's his best friend, and yeah, he's pretty much a stay-at-home kind of guy for the most part. Other than that, he just likes to be busy.
Did the boys often go fishing with him?
Yes, yes, they did. They loved fishing with Gus.
What about golf? Because that's something I weren't too fond of when I was a kid. Too slow.
They do, yeah, right. They like to do mini golf with him. They're not too into the non-colorful adult game. I've actually learned how to. He took me to the driving course and taught me how to drive the ball correctly instead of doing it mini golf style. So that was actually pretty relaxing and a neat sport that I didn't know I would enjoy. So he's definitely very helpful. He can be a bit impatient, but he likes to learn and teach people things that he's learned.
Yeah. Um. So, um, just so we can get a bit of a feel of like everything. Can we just like go through? Do you know the week that he went missing? Like, was there any like strange activities from him? Did he start acting differently?
He did.
You know, things like that.
Yes. Yeah, so he started getting really manic, and very anxious, paranoid, and it just he's pretty high strung as is, but it was out of the norm for him to be so angry and so consistently anxious and paranoid, and it was just out of the norm. He's had a hard time adjusting once he got home this year, earlier from being incarcerated. Just coming out, I think it was a shock of coming out and life hitting and everything else. I can't speak for what was going on with him, but he was acting off. So it was very
Yeah.
concerning to see that. And it's very concerning to not see him now.
Now, um, it's said that his truck and his belongings was found. Um, not when we already know that. Um, is that something that like they say it was ditched? Like, what do they mean by that? Is that just your
They,
wording for it, or do
that
they
was my
mean
word.
like?
Right.
Oh,
Sorry, go ahead.
okay, I've got you.
Go ahead.
I've got you. So it was just your wording for it.
It was my wording for it. Basically, I got a call at 6:30 in the morning from the Pima County Sheriff's Department asking if I was okay because Gustav's car was found off of Aver Valley Road in Marana. I'm not exactly sure the location. I'm waiting for a call back for 2 weeks now on that. But they said it was significantly far down Aver Valley Road. The car was just abandoned on the side of the road in a ditch, is what they said. And what was left in there was some shoes of mine and his wallet with all his cards and his ID in there, and his cell phone. And it was just left
Is
underneath.
that something that he'd normally have on his person at all times?
Yes. Yes, if
Yeah.
not the cell phone, his wallet, he's very retentive about. He has to have it. If he loses it, then he gets manic again, and it's fun. But no, he always has his wallet on him. It's something he's always concerned about carrying generally.
So Ruckus has said, were the keys still in the vehicle?
They did not give me that information, actually. That's a good question. I do need to go ahead and check on that because
Yeah.
they gave me limited information, which was not helpful at all.
So not sure about the keys, Ruckus. Ruckus is a ex-police officer, so you'll probably find, well, sorry, deputy. So you'll probably
Okay.
find he'll ask like police like style questions.
Okay.
And so we're not sure where the keys are, but his wallet, ID, things like that, were all in the truck.
Yes, they said it didn't look like there's signs of struggle or anything. It looks like he just parked it and left. Was
Now,
what my understanding was.
I mean, like, if we're going down the route that's the case, like, I'm not saying
Mhm.
that's what happened, but if we go down that route just a second, um, is there any reasons that he would just up and leave the truck? I mean,
I know he was using. He recently his friends had get not his friends his quote unquote friends had given him fentanyl. And that
fentanyl.
was something. Yes, that's something we're dealing with right now is addiction on somebody who already was having some issues adjusting mentally, and it's been rough.
Yeah. So, he was actively using fentanyl, at least recently when he
Yes,
disappeared.
yes.
Um, so I'm just trying to think. You mentioned before that it wasn't police that found the truck. It was actually a search
Pima
team.
County. No, it's Pima County Sheriff. I have a search team that's willing to go look if I can find
Oh, okay.
what mile marker they were on.
Yeah. So this search team has contacted you. Did you contact them or did they contact you?
No, much like you found me, I put a post on next door, and she reached out to me, said she lives in the area around Marana, and that she had some search and rescue dogs that she'd be willing to go ahead and run them down there to see if she could find anything. Sorry.
Like a scent or anything like that. So that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
And so there's some activity in the case. What? How are police like with you? Do you feel that they could be doing more, or could it be that like their activity is going on, they're just not telling you anything?
Um, I don't think that's the case. TPD's been less than helpful with anything we've needed help with. Their idea was we'll just sit and monitor his pawn shop information. I'm like, well, how are you going to do that? Because you have his ID. And the officer was like, oh, I guess that was a fair judgment. But they don't seem like they're too concerned about it. They're kind of waiting for him to just pop up, is what it seems like to me. I may be wrong, but that's
So
what it's been seeming like.
it says here, Mandy, what about his cell phone? This is from Ruckus. So did he have his cell
Yes.
phone? Did he have a cell phone?
No, the police department has a cell
Oh, so they've
phone. So
got that along with wallet and
yes. Yes. So, I asked them if I could get the cell phone back. They said they're extracting things and they want to see if they need it for anything else. So I don't know what that means in full, but they're keeping it right now. So that's been another mystery there.
yeah. And some important dates have happened since his disappearance that he wouldn't miss. Like I believe Princess told me,
Our anniversary.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
We missed our anniversary together on the 20th. And then my birthday's coming up soon. And I take November 1st really hard because I lost my dad, who was also law enforcement 5 years back. And I was looking forward to having somebody there with me this year.
yeah. Well, you take your time if you need to take your time.
Yeah.
If you need to mute for a minute to like have a cry, that's fine. Just mute yourself.
Yeah.
I'll see the icon anyway. So
Okay.
Doodlebug says, did any of these friends live near the area where the vehicle was found?
See, I'm not sure about that. I did reach out to his one friend that had contact with him, and he was acting like he wanted to help me, and I'll call you. We talked for a good 2 hours about what could happen. He was concerned. He voiced his concern that I guess Gus had come over 2 nights before, and I wish he would have called me and told me this. But Gus had come over and he was talking extremely suicidal, and that's another fear too. He was talking extremely suicidal, and I had no idea that he was expressing such ideations. I wish his friend Nathaniel would have called me, but that wasn't the case. And nobody said anything to me about that. So he was like, he may be dead. Nathaniel's now in prison right now because he decided to joyride on a motorcycle with an air tag. I'm not sure what they were doing, but I have suspicion that's why the phone's kept at this time. It's been a mess.
I'm just pinning in the chat. So this is the Facebook group. If you want to help with sharing the latest information that Mandy puts out, this is the best way to do so because this is Gustav's group. If you're a Facebook user and you follow true crime via Facebook, please join the group and please share anything, especially the newest things that
Yes,
she
I
posts.
will definitely share those. So there's more content for everybody.
Not content,
Well, I mean, information to
flyers
keep
and
up
that.
on.
Yeah.
Yes.
So since I found you on Facebook, and learned about the case, there was an individual, and he seems to have vanished now. But he was talking on, he was commenting on one of your things because it was before you had the group, and he
Okay.
was saying that he knew Gustav and things like that. So I messaged him, I reached out to him, and I did it
Okay.
because I thought, because at the time you didn't really want to be coming on, which is understandable and that. Um, so I thought I'll vet him, and if he did know him, I'll have him on.
Okay.
But he seemed to shut off, if you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
when I was talking to him and that, like he was like 1 minute he was saying like, "Oh yeah, I knew him," like and all that, and then the next thing you know, it was, "Oh, we played cards a few times." That was it.
Okay. It's probably somebody he was good time with. Um, I think I know what gentleman you're talking about. He didn't have very much information. I too messaged him. He didn't have very much information on that. Um, but
Yeah,
I've gone to look around.
he was commenting on one of your posts anyway, and so I thought, oh, maybe he's a friend and something like that. He can at
Mhm.
least help me like put a video together. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
because you was having a hard time at the time, and I didn't want to bother you. You know what I mean? Like
Of course.
so,
Yes.
as you seen, like I've messaged you and like I've left you to message me. Then do you know what I mean? Like when we have
Yes.
spoken and things like that, and it's only been about like helping you and things like. As soon as
No,
you said
okay.
you didn't want to come on, I stopped talking about that and started talking about, have you got a Facebook group and things like that. And then one day I woke
Mhm.
up and I seen the Facebook group and I was like, this is brilliant.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Ruckus
been
says,
hard.
sorry, is it going to stick? Come on. There we go. I'm willing to call the sheriff's office and speak to the detective if you'd like, Mandy. So
That
Ruckus is
would
the
be
next step, you
awesome.
see.
Yes, that'd be awesome. 'Cause I wait for the calls back from the police department and sheriff's department, and they're not. Sometimes I may get a call back, or I may not.
Yeah.
I get a survey question when they don't call back 24 hours later on how do we do?
And yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
been
I've got you.
very interesting.
So, other than that, um, since like his disappearance, uh, have you known of any like activity? As in, has there been any sightings of him or anything like that? Or
There's
has
been,
anybody come?
uh,
Has
sorry,
anybody
go ahead.
come forward and said to you like, "Oh, this is where he is. He left for this reason. Just leave him alone." You know, like how things come out the woodworks and people that you've
I've
never heard of before act like they're your
Yeah,
best friend.
so I've had a few things in passing, and this is from the homeless out here. I It's all contradictory, so I don't know what's legit and what's not. I have had confirmed, yes, we've seen him, sightings, but I haven't seen him myself or found him or spoken to him, and nobody's been able to get any messages back and forth to and from. That he was in what's called the 100 acres down here in Tucson. That's the largest homeless encampment here down in Arizona. Um, it's about 100 acres wide in the back of a wash drain off area, and that's where all
Yeah,
the homeless people stay. With that, I have gone to the outskirts of it to look for him, and I did hear from a few people that they were familiar with him. I have heard rumor he's going by his middle name instead of Gustav. He's going by Ray, which is very possible with him ditching his ID. I don't know. Again, this is just hearsay. Somebody told
so
me, and this is kind of wild, that he may be in Dallas, Fort Worth, and he may have another baby on the way all of a sudden. That was pretty painful to hear. but I don't
It
I don't
sounds like
think
you're
so.
just getting the trolls.
Yes, I'm
Yeah,
just getting everything. When I'm out on the street searching, I'm going places I should not go, by myself with my dog in the middle of the night or just all hours of the day, bad areas, where
yeah. You
it's
was
more
telling me
prominent.
you was telling me before the live that your roommate's a bit concerned because of like your well-being and things like that. Because
Yes.
y- what's
Yes, he
this?
thinks I should stop searching.
Can you get flyers in the 100 acres?
I might be able to actually. I know a few people who I've made some friends or acquaintances in the area. I might be able to get some down in there and spread out.
So there are good people looking out for you because, like you said, what you called, like your friend's looking out for you because he's told you like I'm worried about you and things like that. And
Yeah, yeah.
maybe like this live, if we can share it out and like even if another creator sees it or and talks about the case, awareness will start getting out and the search woman with the dogs, things like this,
Yes.
it might calm things down for you, like stress wise. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Obviously, like I don't know what it's like to have a missing loved one or anything like that, but I'm just thinking like with you going out all the time, looking everywhere, having like a plan because this search woman, she might give you like an idea. Like, have you thought of like raising a group together? Like we can do it through the group. Hopefully, we can get some Arizona people in there and raise awareness that you're going to do a search and do like a grid search where you go out together and do a
Okay.
search together, like all stay in a line, all stay together. Do you know what I mean?
I actually was thinking about that today, and but I the problem is I don't know where to begin because Marana and Tucson are where they say the sightings are of him and where Marana is are probably about 25 miles from each other, if not more. So
Yeah,
it's a huge gap. So he could be, and then also heard he's possibly in the tunnels. I don't want to go in the tunnels personally. That is one area I will not touch because they're dark. I've not heard good things about them. That
yeah,
kind of concerns me on going alone. So that would definitely be a place I would love to have a group come with me. I do know that in the acres it does get dangerous. The dealers do not like the outsiders in there. So it can be kind of tedious and dangerous. But I feel like if it was a group effort, it might be more welcoming. And hey, we're not trying to invade your space or get in your business, but we're looking for this person. So it's not just a couple people here and risking whatever can happen there.
yeah. Well, so another thing, like while we're on the subject of since his disappearance, uh, so there's been sightings, but they're not very credible. Like there's been no follow up or anything like that. Uh,
Yeah.
have police contacted you and said, right, we're going to go out today and we're going to search this area, or we've been out and we've searched this area.
I've had zero updates from them whatsoever. Nothing's been done. They came to take the report and just kind of, we'll just update his case. Okay, that's not very helpful.
Yeah,
It's been really hard. I know they are short staffed here in Tucson. I do know that they're extremely short staffed. But when you can have 100 plus men in uniform riding their bikes around the bike loop to break up the homeless encampments there, and have them going down in ATVs in mass groups, I s-
yeah,
feel like they're focusing in the wrong areas, and like they just did the domestic violence roundup, which I'm all for. However, there are other things right now. If they didn't catch them before, they're going to get caught eventually. There are other things and other people that they need to help out here and start working with. It's been really difficult since I've lived back in Tucson. The last 3 years trying to get any kind of help from law enforcement for anything.
Yeah, someone was just asking how long. I've put it in the chat. August
Yeah, I saw
13th, sins and secrets uncovered.
it's been about yeah, it's been about 17 weeks since I've seen him. And I'm so sorry I didn't catch that comment. One moment.
No, it's okay. It was just someone asking how long he's been missing, and I put it in the chat for him.
Okay, perfect. Yes. So it's been 17 weeks he's been missing. As far as I know, the 13th, early morning. They found his car at 6:30 in the morning, because the caller had called on it being abandoned. So I know my friend Kat had spoken to him. He messaged her at, I want to say it was like it was 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was over at her house, and she was letting him know that you can't come by to talk to me or anything like that right now. She goes, I'm busy, because because we'd had an argument 2 nights before that was a little heated over usage that he was doing, and she didn't want it, and
That
understandably didn't want the drama. So
well, what's it called? Since his disappearance, have any of his friends come forward? Not the homeless from the homeless camps and that. I mean, like, you know,
oh, yeah,
friends that, like, because like you said, you grew up with Gustav, so people that this is just to hit the light thing.
yeah.
People that that know him, like that grew up with him. Have any of them said, "Oh yeah, he's been in contact"? You know what I mean,
No,
and
in
give you
fact,
anything to go off?
no, his mom. Okay, so his mom. He's a big mommy's boy, complete big mama's boy. In fact, it was almost annoying sometimes. She was more more wanting to go help out mom instead of whatever we needed to do that day, which is fine. He felt like he's like I gave her hell growing up. Um, he hasn't contacted her one single time since this. She hasn't talked to him. In fact, she was the one who finally told me, "You need let's go ahead and file a missing persons," because I was waiting for her to let me know when she was comfortable with everything going on.
Yeah.
His best friend Miguel has been by his side since he was 13 years old. Through thick and thin, he's always been there to help him out or to visit him or anything Gus has needed. Gus, within reason, Miguel's been there, and he's a real stand-up family guy. And he's even concerned. He's even been trying to surf the web as much as he can because he has two young babies at home. So when he can, he's been
So
trying to
Doodle,
look and nothing.
yeah.
It's been
So Doodlebug says, have you tried seeing if anyone that he was incarcerated with has had any contact with him?
everybody that I have known that he was incarcerated with has not had contact with him at least since April. And that's way too far back. Um, I do have a few people who are willing to go look with me that were incarcerated with him, and try to give me some backbone there when I'm in some of these hairier areas. But no, nobody's had contact. No, it's been radio comm silent on his end. And that's the concerning
Yeah.
part is Gus
Well, like I said,
always contacts somebody.
I did speak to someone. I did speak to someone that was incarcerated with him, but again, like I said, he didn't like. One minute he seemed like he's like, oh yeah, because he was saying like he was acting to you like, oh, we were best friends, and so I caught him to the side, and I was messaging him, and I was like, so when was the last time you had contact with him and things like that? I was like, I'm just trying to put a video together. I said that maybe you
Yeah,
can come on and we can do like a quick recording. I goes, nobody'd have to know who you are or anything like that. And he just suddenly shut it down and was like, "No,
interesting.
I haven't seen him." Yeah, but
That's
I've
very
got his
interesting.
messages. If you think that's something you want to report, I can give you his Facebook.
Of course, yeah, no, that'd be awesome. Um, that's very interesting, especially when he backed off like that all of a sudden.
Yeah, he
Um,
said he'd contact me the next day, and he never did.
likes. Yep. No, that'd be helpful. Maybe it's a stranger versus, I'm familiar, or at least I'm more familiar because of my relation to. Maybe I can get some answers there. But right now we're
Yeah,
looking for answers, closure. I'm not willing to accept my husband's dead yet. I don't think he's dead. He's not well right now. And I want him to be safe and well. I don't
yeah,
want to get that call because I can't handle that call
yeah. You
again.
want to
I
know
had it
where
with my
he
dad
is,
4 years ago.
so you can go and get him if he needs to be got, or push him to the right place so he's then ready to come home. Do you know what I mean? Like to get him help, ready to come home. Yeah, I'm with you. So I want to point out, ladies and gentlemen, the Facebook group is at the top of the chat. Um, please join. Please share everything that's in there that you think's relevant around Facebook and things like that. But just bear in mind, this woman, I've watched it myself through since I found the case and started talking to Mandy. She has had a lot of online something's happened.
It's sexually harassed a lot online and just some nasty
Okay.
things that are said about our
Yeah.
relationship or anything doing with that.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Now we get this with all cases, but I've seen it with my own eyes uh, with what Mandy's been through, and it is disgusting. And so
Some of
Rucker
the
says,
messages I get are
"Thank you,
horrible.
Frank, and stay strong. Stay strong, Mandy."
Thank you, Ruckus.
So he says he's going to contact the detective for you at some
Okay,
point.
perfect.
I'm not sure when
Thank
he'll do
you.
it, but when he does, he'll let me know, and then I'll let you know.
Okay, perfect. And if he needs any
Is there
information to reach
anything?
out to me.
Yeah. Well, actually, because he's in America, I'll talk to him later, see what he says, and I'll pass
Okay.
on your number to him, and that way, because it saves then me being a middleman, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, of course. No, that's why I said you can reach out to me if you'd like or whatever is comfortable or best. I'm willing to give any information necessary to I just want my husband home and I want him to know that there are people that love him out here that are hurting very badly in his absence.
Yeah.
Just want him to be well.
So, guys, hit the like to help with the algorithm, and share the video into Facebook groups, um, Arizona groups, things like that that can help with Mandy being reunited with her husband, or like she said, get him to a place where he can get help, then come home. Whatever they need to do, um, sharing the video will help that. I don't get paid for people seeing this video. Anything this channel gets is through donations, and if you donate, that's great. If you don't, it's no skin off my nose. You know what I mean? He has a good Swedish name. Aurora says he's Swedish.
Yes, he is Scandinavian there. He's I like his name.
Yeah. See, I was a bit unsure of how to pronounce it, and then when I heard it, I was like, okay, I've got it.
Yes,
But
it's
yeah,
Gustav.
is there anything in particular that you think we should go over, or anything like that that you think that might help with, you know, people being able to identify him? Like you said, he's got a deformity on his ear. What's that? Is that like a birth deformity or?
Yeah, so he was born with only part of his ear and the ear hole is closed. The birth deformity that he had. He almost has no ear on that side. It's on the right side, I believe. Yes, it's the opposite of his tattoo. It's on the right side of his body. He has the prettiest blue eyes I've ever seen in my life. So he's got these bright blue eyes. And he has one tattoo that I that I know of It's been a little bit. But he has one tattooed on the inside of his right arm in large lettering, and I went ahead and included a picture of my tattoo with his name. Same kind of lettering, just about the same size. It says Amanda. It's my name down the center of it. So those are some pretty big identifying marks for him. This is here.
So the tattoo, well, I just saw on Facebook. I think that's actually your tattoo. Oh no,
Yes.
it's all right. It's just someone saying hello.
Yes,
It's just
I couldn't
Grizz.
find.
Could someone drop Grizz's link for him? Say again.
I'm sorry. So with the tattoo, I couldn't find
You said
one
you couldn't
of
find.
his. Yeah, I can find one of his. So I wanted to go ahead and leave that as an example of what because we got it done the same time at the Pima County Fair. Sounds like a terrible place to get a tattoo. But
Also, the style of writing.
yes, the style of writing, the size, just to get an idea of what you're looking for that tattooing marker.
So this isn't the tattoo, guys, but it's like a matching tattoo sort of thing, like a his and hers thing. So this is Mandy's tattoo. Where's it gone?
His will be on the left side.
Oh, there we go. So this is Mandy's tattoo. Yeah, and so Gustav's tattoo is actually, it says Amanda, but it's in the same style writing. And oh, hang on, the truck's found. I was going to say he's at the truck.
No, the car was found. Yes.
So yeah, as in, other than people coming forward asking for money, because you told me about that, and I know it happens in these cases. Has anybody come forward offering to help other than the search team to
Not very. Well, let me take that back.
to help
There's been
with
quite a few people.
searches or?
Yeah, there's been a couple of his friends that he was incarcerated with that have volunteered to go out with me to the acres, just so I have somebody a little bit more built to Tesla, I guess is probably the most appropriate way to say that. In the event that something weird does go on, or unsavory goes on there, and somebody who knows him, so that I have somebody that can talk more on his level than I probably can at this time being, and not put their emotions into it as much. So I've had a few of his friends have stepped up to offer help, but other than that, and the nice lady on Facebook, people have said they'll keep their eye out. I had a gentleman state that they saw him.
Have you reached out to any private investigators that do the work for pro bono? Anything like that? Because there's
Honestly,
someone here saying that they could reach out to Steve Fisher. I don't know if they mean on your behalf. Steve Fisher's actually all over the news at the moment because he's very good at what he does, and he uncovered, like, there's a few cases that I'm working with as well that I know he's the PI on their case as well, and there's some information that I got sent after the live that I did with him that he had uncovered.
I mean, honestly, I've thought about it, but right now pro bono would be preferable. Just because I'm doing all the searching myself pretty much, and I am in between work and trying to balance finding a job, which is not working on and searching for my husband. So I'm not really sure how to get a hold of those resources, but I definitely would consider it if it's something that's manageable.
So Sin Secrets Uncovered says she's gonna send him the Facebook group and ask him.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
I know.
You guys are amazing.
I do tend to send them to Jason Jensen. I don't want to hear boos from the chat. He's another brilliant PI, but people are a bit upset with him because he worked for the defence on a case, and but if it's going to help, I have sent him your group actually, but he hasn't responded to it. He hasn't responded to any of the groups, and I thought that would have been something that he'd been interested in because
Okay.
the way I yeah, that's right. All he can do is say no. That's right.
That's true.
It's without hurt to inquire. So I'll drop Jason. Oh, there you go. Very good friend. There you are. So you can
Okay.
drop him on as well because he actually.
Yes.
I know he does a lot of work pro bono because I actually found him. There was a big case going on at the time. Gabby Petito during COVID. It actually transformed like
Oh
online true
wow.
crime, and
Yes.
he was actually working a smaller case, like and it was going on in the same area. They was getting no attention
Okay.
at all, and he basically blew it up.
Okay.
So
Yes.
um,
Anything
more.
anything helps.
I mean, even if yeah, even if they just share the group and say join the group, that'd be amazing because it'd get people
Yes.
in there, it'd get people sharing the fires.
Yes.
So
That would
tomorrow
be
I've
so
got nothing
awesome.
planned on. Yeah, I've got nothing planned on YouTube, so I'm going to be doing flyer drops in the missing persons groups. So I'll make sure Gustav. I got Zach. You know the one that I did the live about Gustav and
Yeah.
Zach. Well,
Yes.
I'll put his flyer in there and things like that and post them everywhere we can. Now,
Thank you.
normally, what I'd do is I like to link the families up together. Now, I don't
Okay.
know of any in Arizona at the moment that I'm in contact with. But if
Okay.
ever I come across a family that's in Arizona and you're still in the same boat, uh, would you be willing to link up with them to like
Yes,
just
even
to
if I'm not
like help spread awareness for both cases? Uh,
even if I'm not
Say
in the
again?
same boat, even if things change, I would love to be in contact and help somebody else out because I know how much it hurts missing a loved one and not knowing. Um, and I would love
Yeah,
to help
yeah.
anybody.
Well, that's actually the main reason I do it because like there's people like me and Princess that like we're talking to you and things like that and checking up every
Mhm.
now and then, but it's different when somebody's actually been through it or going through it. Do you know what I mean? It's different because they know how well they when you say a certain thing that they know what it means. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm. Of course, I do. Until it helps having some
So is there
familiarity.
yeah is there anything that you can think of that we need to put out there?
Um, Not that I can think of off the top of my head at the moment. I do know he's probably if he's out there with the homeless, most likely he's probably not in a good way mentally. He's not combative. Um, if
Yeah,
anybody does approach him, just be calm about it, and he'll probably talk to him. He's a good guy. He's got a good heart. His head's not right on right now, but he's got a good heart. He's a good man, and he's approachable. So
so,
yeah, that's
just before I end it, because I think if you've got everything out there that you want, it just makes it the shorter the video. Uh, I like to keep them an hour, but coming just under an hour, it'd be even better
mhm,
because it just makes it shareable, and then people watching it on the replay are more likely to watch like the full video
of
rather than
course.
skip through.
No, of course.
So, is there anything that like you'd like to say to the audience um,
I
before?
yeah, sorry.
No, go on.
I wanted to tell you guys thank you so much for listening to my story and taking the time to listen to Gustav's story, and thank you for your support. It's been really hard to get word out. It's taken 17 weeks to try to get this ball moving, but thank you guys so much. You don't know how much that warms my heart a little. Um, in the situation, knowing that there are good people out there that are willing to help and willing to help get him home and get him safe. So thank you guys.
You heard that, guys. Now you got to share the video for her. Mandy, you know where to find me if ever you need me, even if it's just to send me some stuff and say, can you put a video together for me? And I'll put a video together for you so you can put it in the group. And what I'll do is I'll put it on the channel as well. So do you know what I mean? So like if you send me some pictures, things like anything like that that you want in a video, we'll get a video put together for you. And
Thank you.
you can put it in the group. You can put it on your personal Facebook. If you go into a missing persons group, drop it in there. Anything like that. It's your video to do that, and I'll get that done for you. And yeah, if like I said, if you need to reach out for any other reason, just let me know. Even if it's I've got this idea. What do you think about this? And then I'll sit down and set my laptop up, and we can look at ways of getting that done. Do you know what I mean?
Perfect. I really appreciate you for that, Frank. You've been so helpful and kind. It's been a godsend.
Well, I'll let you go then. I'll let you get back to your day and that, and hopefully we get some answers soon for you. And Gustav's safe and just needs, like you said, guiding to some help and getting him home.
Yes, thank you so much. You guys have a beautiful day, and thank you all for listening to our story again.
You're welcome.
All right, have a good
Right
night.
then,
Frank.
guys. You're welcome. You too, Mandy. Guys, I'm going to leave it there. If you leave some hearts in the chat, just to let everyone know that you've been here or anything like that. After the video, if you're on replay, just leave a comment. It doesn't have to be, a detail of anything. Just leave a comment with like prayer hands or something like that to help push the video out there, and then YouTube will share it. All right, Mandy. I'll speak to you later or whenever you're next available, and we'll have a chat.
Yes, I'll be around. Thank you so much again.
You're welcome.
Bye bye.